Best friends. Today, I want to talk about best friends. This video was brought on recently by my binge watching of Arden Rose and Connor Franta, in which they both made videos called Why I Never Had Girlfriends or Why I Never Had Boyfriends. And this video is simply titled Why I Never Had Friends. I can only have one friend at a time. If I were in a friend group, no matter how many of us there were, it always felt like they grouped off and I was left alone. It never felt like I was 100% included or 100% friends with any of the people that I was associating myself with, and that's where it all started. It always kind of felt like I was the third wheel of my friendship group. Like all my other friends were closer and I was kind of just like there, floating through the friend group, having good times, but they were always having a little bit better time than I was. I had a friend group in 6th and 7th grade. And then it continued on to my freshman year of high school. I stopped coming to school one day. I never showed up again. And not one of those friends to this day has ever messaged me or asked me where I went. Not one. Not any of these people that I considered friends cared that I disappeared off the face of the earth. So that's kind of when I started to put all my eggs in one basket. When I lost that one friend group, I still had one friend. Her name was Monique. You know her. She's great. For the longest time, Monique was my only friend. And then I met Jacob, which is weird because I don't even know how I became friends with Jacob. I just don't become friends with people. It's not natural for me. It's not a thing that I do. The only friends that I have now are people that I met a really long time ago, which is Jacob, but I don't know how I even opened myself enough up to become friends with him back in like 2012. Most people can make friends on the internet. I can't even do that because I'm so bad at texting and Currently, I feel like my friends are pulling away from me. They're not really. They're just really busy with their jobs and stuff, but it still is internally freaking me out because everything is invested in these two people. They are my only people I have. I don't have family. I don't have anyone else. I only have my friends. And since I only have one friend at a time, really, it's really bad when that friend stops texting you or suddenly is just so distant because of their job. Hello, Chloe. And the only reason why me and my current friend group work is because we are all each other's only friends. Like, we work because we are all each other's only friends. But for the times when I've had no friends, I am alone. I can count weeks on weeks that I have had no contact with anyone from the outside world, except for, like, my dogs. Which sounds weird now that I say it out loud. I actually started this YouTube channel at a time when I had no friends, because it gave me someone or something to talk to. There's also one story that sticks out in my mind where I think this all started. In the summer of 4th grade, I made friends with a neighborhood girl called Andy. She was my only friend at the time. And we had just met in the neighborhood, our moms had finally become acquainted, and we could finally go places in each other's parents' cars. I don't know if this is a thing for everyone else, but like, you couldn't go places in your friends' cars until your mom met their parents to make sure they weren't like psychopaths. But her mom finally met my mom, and we decided to go on a trip to the roller skating rink because that was when these existed. At the roller skating rink, a lot went down, but I had a temper tantrum because her mom wouldn't get me a soda. Her mom was a health freak, and she didn't know if my mom was a health freak or not, so she didn't want to give me a soda and then have my mom get mad. And she didn't want to take a 4th grader's word on it. That, like, don't worry, my mom lets me drink soda. So, like, I had a temper tantrum, and we ended up leaving before our 2-hour, like, wristbands expired. And her mom went off on us in the car. She said, "You're never allowed to see my daughter again. I don't ever want to see your face. You're never allowed to come to my house. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see you." She basically told a 4th grader, "You're not allowed to see my daughter." Me and Andy at this point were bawling our eyes out in the backseat of her car. We pulled into Andy's driveway and I told her mom that I had left my backpack inside of the house. So her mom got out of the car and went to go get my backpack out of the house, in which me and Andy cried. We said, "I promise I'll try and see you again. You're my only friend." She gave me her soccer club framed photo that she grabbed from her garage, and I gave her my favorite jean jacket, and I have never seen Andy again to this day. I remember the following weeks after that, I went over to the house a couple times and knocked on the door and threw rocks at her window with no response. I called on the phone and no answer until my mom had to tell me to stop calling. The last time I went over to Andy's house to try and contact her one last time, there was a sold sign out front and they had moved out, which has brought on this whole thing of me thinking, all of my friends' parents hate me and think that I'm gonna corrupt their child, which is terrible. When I was around 5 years old, my parents got a divorce, and one of my friends' parents said I was no longer allowed to see their daughter because my mom was weird. That's a whole nother story. I don't know. This is just like a jumble of my thoughts together, and I don't know really what it means. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had trouble making friends. Wow, like every single kid has trouble making friends. Okay. Honestly, I'm constantly on the lookout for new friends. So if you're like, I want to be friends with Sammy, but she's so famous. I'm small and not famous, and I'm just a person, and I need as many friends as I can get. So yeah, be friends with me. Be friends with me! But yeah, I guess that is why I never had friends. But yeah, this is your first time seeing my videos. Please remember to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. And if you actually like this video, please remember to like it by clicking the thumbs up. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!